I'm still going hard, still with the squad. Even though a few niggas, they got cut off. But that's life, not everyone can hang on. The weak fall, the strong prosper. Now you see a strong roster. We break tails, no lobsters, we shot callers. Still out here, nigga, till God call us. Trying to better ourselves and our loved ones, all in the same process. Getting money the object, it's logic, y'all can't stop it. Hunger is what caused it, and now y'all got a problem.
What's going on? It's the Ghetto Geek TV Weekly. You're here with Matt Ganem, the poet. I'm also here over in East Boston with my man Nesto 617.
Nesto
Radar, I am cutting corners.
Yeah,
man. So what got you guys into hip hop? Like the first song you guys have ever heard?
first song I ever heard. Oh man, I'm trying to like go back. I can't even tell you like the first song I remember though was what do you call it? Damn, why is it like not even coming to my head? I think it was a Wu-Tang song, but I'll just go off of that. I'll just go off of Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang was like the first inspiration I ever had. That Cream song was like the biggest hit, and it had the dopest beat, and just everything about that song was like, it was like inspiring to me. You know what I mean? Because I think that's what everybody like in my surroundings was thinking about. Like, yeah, how are we gonna get this money? Even though I was a kid when it came out, you know what I mean? Everybody was just. It was like Mom Dukes, like everybody around me, my foster brothers and shit like that, they all, like everybody was just, you know, focused on that. So that was the anthem for a long time, and I would say that's like the song that I remember like first that really made me like, hip hop's my thing. You know?
Fall in love with it right there.
I've been listening to, you know, hip-hop for a while since I was a kid, but you know when you're a kid you don't really understand everything, but like the first song I would say that really got me into it is like, before rapping I tried to be a DJ. One of my first records was from Dead Prez, Bigger Than Hip Hop, you feel me? And that was the song that got me listening to, you know, other people like Boot Camp Click. I was really into the underground, you know,
the
New
lyrical,
York,
grimy beat.
Exactly, OGC, you know, all them good. You know, look them up if you don't know, man. They still doing their thing, you know. But like Sean Price, I know people like him. They've been out for a while and stuff like that. But yeah, off of those, and like I'm the youngest in my family, so like my older brother. So you know, looking up to your older brother, you feel me? Exactly. So and he was big into hip hop and stuff like that. But you know, he strayed away from it. He still listened to hip hop, but like he was never the one to take it, try to make a career out of it. Me, you know, it was like one time. Like, just tell you a story I always tell him real quick. Like, one time when I was a kid, my brother used to write, right? He just used to write verses, and I used to read them and shit, and I be, you know, reading them so much I memorized them. And then one time, you know, at school, they were rapping, and I just rapped, and the reaction that I got from it, it just made me feel mad good. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh damn, everybody was just like, oh, you nice. So I started writing my own, and then that's how it all started with that, you know, with me and music.
Definitely. So that feeling, that little crowd drew you into doing it a little more. Yeah,
definitely. It's just a feeling you get when you know you can do something good. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though at that time it wasn't my material, but you know, but just the reaction, I knew I could do it because you know I was always into music. You know, always into music.
Now, what do you guys like the whole lifestyle about hip hop? Like, what drew you to? Now I understand, you know, being in the cypher type of thing with the crowd reaction. What did that for you?
What did that for me?
Like the whole, you know, I get the whole Cream and Wu-Tang, but like, you know.
But that's not even when I started rapping. Like, like that's what got me intrigued with hip hop. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I started actually rapping was like I was like a teenager. I was probably like 13, 14. I went to this program called Zoomix, which is a dope program for youth, and you know, it was like just in its beginnings, so like, you know, it was like
you got the short end of the stick.
Well, no, not even. It was actually more like together, like, you know, it felt like, you know, because like now they got a dope building. It feels more like a program place. Where before it felt like the place to hang out. You know what I mean? So we did this thing called the Streetwise program where we wrote our own songs. And the first song I wrote was called "Drop the Guns" with my boy because it was like anti-violence songs. And we made a CD. We recorded it professionally in the studio and everything. So that's kind of what made that whole thing kick off for me was, you know, when I was a teenager, it was the same thing, like the reactions I would get flowing with my friends, and, you know, it was just something that I knew that it would be an important part of my life at some point. but you know, music's always been an important part of my life. But definitely right now, hip hop is what I'm trying to do forever.
So like, what were some of the artists that did influence you?
I did?
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, DMX, fucking,
That's my dude.
Method Man, Redman. I used to love Redman.
Redman.
Redman was so cool because he was funny, like
he was
lyrical
different.
and funny, and just he had no shame in his game. So that's what I loved
Very
about him.
nasty dude, waking up with sweat stains and he's rapping.
A regular person, man. That's what he represented. A regular person.
The regular
energy too.
Yeah.
Energy.
And it was. You just didn't feel like bad vibes listening to him. It was just all like, you know, real cool and just fun songs. Especially when him and Method Man made the CD together. Which,
that was dope.
But yeah, Busta Rhymes, man. Oh, fuck. That was like my man. Like, yo.
Got you all in check.
Yeah, that was. It was just that. Doom 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 doom. That song was my shit. You know.
But just to chime in real quick, we can't, you know, everybody named a lot, but like my main influence is Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the. No one can remix his songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did it. He's one of those type of rappers that he does it and he does it the best way possible, and there's no other way around. You feel me? With the way he says things, the way he puts together, like one of my songs, my favorite songs, and it's real, like called Rewind off of Stillmatic, and it's just crazy how
nobody's ever done it.
No
Before,
one.
After,
Exactly.
I've never heard anything like it.
No one can do it.
Hey, and
he did it
step
perfect.
for step, you can play. You're listening to that, you play the whole song is played in your mind, and you picture it. In back, you know what I mean?
Going backwards, like you just watching a movie, you just press the line, and just, like, you know what I mean? Nah, for real, and that's what I'm saying, like.
Something I think today's music needs a little more.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing with, you know, you can't leave out Eminem because like I think it was the Shady LP, the first, well, I think the second album when he had that song with when he's talking about killing his girl with his daughter, he's like, don't worry, that's just ketchup on it. You feel me? When I heard that as a kid, that's another thing like that I just pictured it. The way he did it was like a movie. The way, and that's just like, you feel what I'm saying? That's stepping out the box at that time. You feel what I'm saying? That's what makes him a legend.
Nobody did stuff like that when he was coming out.
It was ballsy. I mean,
don't
kill this girl.
And then, but if you really go, and then, that's crazy.
And how it is, let's just catch up on this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's talking like, he's rapping like he's talking to his daughter, like baby voices and shit like that. Like, he really got in, and that's what makes a good artist. Like, he puts you in that moment. You feel what I'm saying?
You're there.
And that's what we, that's what we try to do, you feel me, with certain songs and stuff like that. But that Nas, Eminem, of course Jay-Z. I wasn't really a big Jay-Z fan back in the day like that. But now as I get older, I'm starting to like Jay-Z. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
Certain cats you gotta like.
Yeah, grow on. Like, he's always been lyrical, but it's just like what he says now is like his track record. You can look through it. You feel what I'm saying? When he like, and it's just crazy. Like, he's a businessman, and I'm sure, you feel me?
And he learned that shit from the street.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it's just crazy how he evolved. Like, because think about it. Like, we were kids listening to him, and we grew older. We seen his progression. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He ain't that. He ain't that president's representative. He ain't that. You feel me? Bald head. You the funny looking nigga no more.
So who you guys like that's out now? Whether it's mainstream, underground. Do you even like anybody that's out right now, hip hop?
I like a lot of beats. I mean, no, truthfully, like you hear me listen to a lot of the new stuff today, but it's really like because the beats are just like really fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where they're getting you now is the beats. Not even the artist. Exactly. Like the creativity of the artist is not there. They're just saying simple shit. Yeah. But the beat is just like fun, and the simple shit they're saying, it becomes fun, and it could be like sometimes it could, you know what I mean? It could be catchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I can't say there's like crazy people like I'm crazy about right now, honestly.
Like, I just to be honest, like like he said, like I listen to anything that's out right now. You have to be relevant.
Research.
Exactly. You gotta be on top of you gotta be on top of your game in this type of game. You feel what I'm saying? But like him, like I listen to all these songs, I enjoy them and stuff like that, but I really don't, you know, I'm too focused on my music and my craft, because when you listen to too much of people, that then you start
emulating,
without even knowing it, subconsciously, you feel what I'm saying? Because that's what music is to get you subconsciously, you feel what I'm saying? So little do you know it, you're gonna be sounding like a Drake, sounding like a Meek Mill, sounding like these people, you feel what I'm saying? I respect them, they doing their things, I bump to their songs, I like it, but one person I could say is like, you know, who really grew on me is Kendrick, and one person I always liked, but now people are getting hit, is Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? Like he always kept it raw. Like back then, he's been doing what he's doing now since back then. He's been for years. So it's just funny how the game works like that, because you know now he got a strong backing with good music and stuff like that. So, but yeah, but you know, those are the two people I still like genuinely like and stuff like that. And there's a couple underground people. You know, I listen to all types of music, man. No, not only hip hop.
I listen to a lot of my peoples. And I listen to, you know, a lot of metal.
My man.
You know, like that's just my mix. There's my peoples and then some hardcore.
It's funny how it all came about, man. Like, you know, it was me and my cousin at first and stuff like that. Like, and you know, we were doing what we could and stuff like that. But you know, one day, you know Woody, right? He's part of the team. One day, he just called me up and was like, "Yo, my man's Nesto got a show. You know, he be doing. You know, you should go over there and link up and stuff like that." I didn't know him at the time or whatever, so met him, and when I seen this dude perform, man, like crazy. You feel me? Straight like energy and straight. Hip, like you got that hip hop feel, like you know what I'm saying. First time ever, and I just remember telling my cousin, like my cousin Nemo, he's down with the squad too. So I remember telling him, salute Nemo. You know he's doing his thing now. But I remember telling him like, yo, this dude right here is something about him. You feel what I'm saying? He got that it. Like I don't know. So you know, after that, you know, we Woody or someone who was it? Someone brought him to the studio. I was in the studio. So he was like, yo, I got a beat you want to hop on. It was that Three Amigos, right? Yep. Three Amigos. You can go check that out on YouTube. Plug. But you feel me? It was Three Amigos. And once we worked and that song came about and just the chemistry and all that, it was ridiculous. Then we started to work on a mixtape and stuff like that. And after that mixtape, it was a rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, we working, like he said, like the trip to Atlanta, you feel me? That was a good to answer that question, how it was different people. It was.
So how was it?
It was pros and cons to everything. You feel what I'm saying? But it was a good vibe. People were friendly and stuff like that. Some people weren't. You feel me? They looked at us as out of towners. You feel what I'm saying?
What are you gonna do?
But it was definitely a good time. You know, we turned up, we passed out. We recorded like 2 songs out there and stuff like that. But it was a business trip, but also a trip to like really gather our thoughts and like really playing out. Once we got back from Atlanta, you know, we did that charity event, and then and now we got like 2014, 6 months full of work already. You know what I mean? Like planned out. So, you know, but Atlanta's a good place, man. Like they do show love. You feel me? Like in the right spots. So
definitely. But this trip for me, like if I could just say this real quick, was like. This was like my step to know that this is really what I want to do. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you right now, like I've gone on a plane one time. I helped my boy move to North Carolina. I took a plane back, and that was about it.
That's your trip.
Yeah, that was the biggest plane trip I've ever taken. So like this time we got plane tickets to go there and come back. And to me, like I always just been in this vicinity of U.S. like New York, you know, Washington D.C., like places like that, Maine, Vermont. Like I've only been around this area. So to do that,
that's like.
That's
a lot different than Northeast.
Exactly. So to do this trip for me was like, this is definitely something I want to do. You know what I mean? It was like going to like prove something to myself. You know what I mean?
Take that. So what future projects you got coming out? I know you. First off, what name? You know, shout out the albums that you have out right now and where they can get it.
Okay, so there's Relentless, Nesto and Radar, Relentless.
Which I got in my fucking car.
That I feel like has that good little, you know, old school hip hop feel. I definitely went for that feel with that one, and you know, that's on that piff. We got
my mixtape On My Grind on that piff, and then new project I just dropped that he's on as well. So, you know, still
Better
out
go
here.
get that.
It's on iTunes, Amazon, all those good places. If you know, if anything, if you want a hard copy, you can go to kindcornersmusic.com, inbox us your address and stuff like that, and we'll send you a hard copy, you know, with some extra goodies, probably a shirt and stuff like that, because we try and get people to go to, you know, we try to build traffic for our website right now. So, so you know, I prefer you do that, guys, but you can go to iTunes, you know, and get it either way, you know, just support good music. And to start, I got another mixtape coming out, you know, still out here, hasn't even been out for almost a year, and I already got a mixtape coming out, and I'm working on my second album. Mixtape should be dropping, you know, around like, what, we say April? Oh, no, March, right?
I believe it was March 25th.
March 25th, yeah, March 25th, look out for sometime around that date. But it's the Bien mixtape, and that's just going to be like, back to the basics, you know what I'm saying? How you were asking us earlier how we started. And that's it. It's just no original beats, all industry beats and all bars, all just having fun with it.
No build up.
Just you know,
hell yeah, having fun.
Yeah, just having fun. That's just
the album, you know, you gotta focus on a little more personal shit.
Exactly.
Mixtapes, you can just like, I'm just spitting by.
And that's what I'm doing, just to put it out there, you know, so people can listen to some new stuff and bump still out here while I work on my second project, which is Self-Absorbed and Selfless, and that should be coming out late, you know, towards the end of the year and stuff like that. So, but you know, I already got a song that's buzzing. It was trending, You Don't Know, featuring Zeta God and my man P. Rez and shit. That's buzzing right now. That's gonna be off the album. We're gonna shoot a video to that soon. But you know, everything's strategic, like he was saying. So you know, just stay tuned, look out. And that's the only projects I got right now.
What's your dream collab on a song? Producer, singer, hip hop artist, dead or alive, whoever. Like, if you could make one song each, and this is split up, break it up. Who's your dream collab? With anybody in the game, any producer, any singer-songwriter, who you got on the song?
I know this is gonna sound mad random, but like, I really want to do a song with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Hell yeah.
Yo, I know that sounds crazy, but I just, ever since I was a kid, I mean, just their whole like, just like, and then just the fact that they harmonize, like like their style was like harmony, like that to me was so dope, because I feel like you didn't see that a lot in rap. Like it was like mad hardcore, and they were coming in like
smooth too.
You know what I mean? And I would say like Bone Thugs definitely.
Question is, can you keep up with them?
Yeah.
Can you keep up with them?
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, honestly, I would rap my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would just be the combination of the two, you know?
They did tracks with Tupac and Biggie, and they're a little different than...
And Biggie was like rapping fast and this shit, like Notorious Thugs.
Pac, you know, he had the same flow.
Yeah,
he kept his own shit. Going, definitely. What about any beat maker, producer?
Beat maker?
Who'd you have? Any dream producer, Premier, Alchemist?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tricky question, because there's like a lot of dope producers right now. Even some that I can't even like that come to mind, but I just know that
you know the beat. You know the beat. You don't know the name.
Exactly. But honestly, like I would like Pharrell, because Pharrell like he does like just different, like completely different. And you know, I feel like right now a lot of the beat makers, boom, 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 you know, everybody's going with that. And I feel like Pharrell just like makes hits all the time.
Hell yeah.
It's hard to say. I would like to work with everybody, man.
Everybody on the track.
But if I could just pick one, like I said, man, like Nas, like to me, like all his albums were part of my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would love to definitely work with him. Hopefully, you know, one day I could, you feel me? But producer, like you said, I wouldn't mind working with Alchemist, definitely. Alchemist. It's just, his beats is just like so raw and just gives you that, you know, that lane that I'm going for, that like real life street shit. Not, when I say real life street shit, people get it misconstrued talking about like, oh, crack and shit like that. No, I'm talking about like struggles that normal people go through, you feel what I'm saying, with their family, with just being an outcast in their hood or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's real life street shit, real life shit. So, and that's why I like Nas, because he was never that dude to spit like I was that. You know, he said he hustled and shit like that, but the way he always did it was like it was his people and his surrounding, his environment. You feel what I'm saying?
It was like he was a poet.
Yeah, he was a poet.
A street poet.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I respect him. But nowadays people get it like they be like, oh, I'm just rapping about what I see, but nigga, you don't see the gun in your hand, but in your rap the gun is in your hand. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but like Nas, he made it in a way like, and I feel like I do hustle and stuff like that, but I try to do it like that. Like I got songs like Ride Through My City. Yeah. You could get it's on DJ EA Sports mixtape, Hoods 2 and shit, track 1, and that's just like that really, to me, that was just my point of view from what I've seen and the people that I interact with, and I just feel like that's a real powerful song and shit like that. And it's like that's why I would like to do a song with Nas, because that shit seemed like something in his way, you feel me? And Alchemist, I know, would make a crazy beat to do that. So that would be my perfect song right there. Just for me, like not to please the masses or anything. That's just for me, like bump that shit all day.
Yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So what do you guys want to leave behind musically? I ask this question to everybody. I'm infatuated with death as a writer. But what kind of legacy, when you're gone, do you want to leave behind in your music? I know not to be morbid or anything, but I'm just saying, like, you can see some of the musicians that have passed, and it's like, you know what I mean, Pac and Biggie, they're immortalized. You know what I mean? They died early, whatever, their music. I just want to know, like, what's your legacy when you're gone with your music?
Alright, so, like, me personally, like, what I want to leave behind is, like, just, like, the sense of, like, just a happy, energetic, like, type of, like, you know what I'm saying, like, musician, you know what I mean? Like, I want to bring happiness. I want, like, my name to, like, when they say, yo, Nesto, it's like, everybody smiles. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, I'm not crazy lyrical, and I don't try to be. I'm not like I'm really the type of dude. I'm the dude in my group that will make a song, and if you don't like it, nigga, well, fuck you. Don't talk to me. I don't care if you don't like my shit. This is my shit, and I'm rocking to it. And I think that's what I bring when in my team, is that I bring that like fun, that enjoyment. You see me, I'm that dude jumping around on stage, wilding, like really trying to engage the crowd and really just. It's important to me, and I kind of go into a trance with this music, because like it's really like, since I was a kid, it's been my only happiness, and that's some morbid shit to say. You know what I'm saying? But like it's been like the only thing, like when I was in foster homes, when I was going through it, you know what I mean? When I didn't have my mother, it was like Whitney Houston was like consoling me when my moms would drop me off on the weekends, on Sundays back home, like back to my foster home. You know what I mean? Like it was, like fucking, like Biggie, Tupac, like when I was going through it as a teen, like just, you know what I mean? Like it was all types of, like, it was just, music always made me happy. And that's what I want to leave too. I want to leave happiness. I want to be like, oh, that nigga, like, yo, I seen him live in Madison Square. Yo, he did some crazy, he jumped into the crowd, squashed some skinny kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to be like, niggas just like cracking up and just know that what I brought was love and happiness and just like energy. You know what I mean? And that's really the legacy. And I want to leave a business for my son to run. I want this to be like legit. The future. Like I tell my son all the time, this is gonna be yours. Like this becomes a multi-million-dollar entity. You're gonna be running it, and you see what I go through every day. You know what I mean? And that's really
from the ground up and watch it grow.
He watches it, man. He sees what I do. He sees the shit I do. Because I'll vent out loud in my crib. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas pissing me off. He just sees it, and the legacy I want to leave for him is that too. I want to leave him, multi-million-dollar entity. When they say my name,
bang, there's money right there.
Everybody's laughing.
That's dope. Money, happiness. My son set.
Just, just like shit that makes the world a better place. You know what I mean? Why the fuck not?
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. That's a tough question, just because like I was just, while he was talking, I was thinking of my answer and stuff like that, and it's just like really can't really answer that, because like right now I'm just in a place, like if you hear my music, I'm just explaining what I see, who I am as a person and stuff like that. So if I was to, God forbid, die tomorrow, you feel what I'm saying, like my legacy's gonna be like, they're just gonna know who I was as a person through my music. But once I get to that point that everybody knows who I am, then that's when I want to start leaving a legacy, like, of something, you know, like he said, positive. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, everyone goes through the struggles, and I just feel like niggas go through the struggles, but hold that as an excuse not to be able to succeed. You feel what I'm saying? And I just feel like I want to be that dude. Like, nigga, I was going through that shit too, depression, all that shit, thinking, what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life? Nigga, I tried that, school didn't work, all that, people looking at me, all that. So it's like, niggas know, like, enough hard work put into something, you know, you can be able to see, and that's what I want to leave behind. Like, okay, this, you know,
if he can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
Inspire others. So we're jumping around a little bit. But what's your top 5, dead or alive?
Top 5 dead or alive?
That's just off one LP, nigga.
Let's see, top 5 dead or alive. Well, obviously, the 2 greats. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know I was gonna say that. I mean, who wouldn't say that?
You'd be surprised.
Big L.
Big L, my man.
Was a beast.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z for sure, man. I mean, to ignore Jay-Z is just not, doesn't even make sense. You know, Jay-Z just, I used to have a boombox, just not to get off subject, but I used to have this, like, you know, boombox. My mom was like the one thing that my mom got me that I cherished. And there was this one Jay-Z song, Reasonable Doubt. I think it was Reasonable Doubt. And I had a tape, and I recorded that song, like, no bullshit, till the tape finished, so that I could just keep listening to that one song. Like, you know what I mean? Cause
let it go, let it play.
Exactly. Like, I would play the tape from the beginning to the end. So Jay-Z was definitely the man. And last, you know, honestly, I feel like this dude doesn't get a lot of respect, but for me, like, Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? I love Busta Rhymes. Like, Busta, he's just a beast. And like, I feel like with the fast flow, he does it like the best. My opinion. You know what I mean? I feel like Busta could outflow anybody, including Twista and all that. You know what I mean? Because he's just crazy with it. Like that shit, the shit he did on that Chris Brown song. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? Busta Rhymes in there. I love Busta Rhymes.
Me, not this particular order, but you know, I would say we got, you know, definitely Jadakiss, you know. I love that nigga, no homo pause, you feel me? But I really, like, I love his work, man. That dude, like, cause he dropped jewels, you feel what I'm saying? He dropped gems, like, certain things he say, like, you feel me? It's just crazy, man. Of course, Nas, man, cause he also does the same thing, like, you know, life's a bitch, God forbid the bitch divorce me. So, you know, shit like that just stay stuck with me, you feel me? So, him, you know, of course, Biggie, you know, you know, and a lot of people might not think this, but, you know, because, you know, he still do his thing. I still like him as just his style, 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he's just, to me, he represents like a regular hood nigga. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he has that Joker in him, and you feel what I'm saying? He can make songs. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I say, you know, he's top 5. You feel me? A lot of people won't agree with that, but I
would say he's top 5.
Because but I'm talking about in general. I'm not just talking about lyricism, all that. I'm talking about impact.
The man has a whole brand.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, and Jay-Z, you feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. And that's why I'm saying, like, how he said, like, he has a whole brand, like, he got a website, like, he stays relevant without doing music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's genius. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it goes to me. Top 5 is like lyrics, all that, you know, business, all that shit, all wrapped in one. That's what makes me. You feel what I'm saying? Not who got the most money. You feel what I'm saying? Because shit like that. But, you know, those would be my
Diddy kills them all.
Alright, we're going to close this Ghetto Geek TV weekly out with a hot 16 from my man Radar. Peace.
I'm on a one-way train of riches and fame, using my left brain just to maintain change. I blue flame lames that stand in the way. I get them wet up like they got caught in the rain. We wasn't brought up the same. They telling stories like Slick Rick, singing on some bitch shit. I was bumping Duck Down, boot camp in my own clique. Steady focus on making my own hits.
My turntable play the instrumental while that Dutch got split. You dig? You do this shit to be hip. I hip niggas to this shit. A big diff, that's why these niggas always rhyme dick. I do it for the love fucking name, cause I'm known off the flips, cause I zoned off strips. This is my spot. 24/7 like IHOP, non-stop. I get guap, hustle hard and make drops. Fuck props, I know I'm hot. I just need you to tell me I'm not, so I won't stop till I'm on top. Rap don't pan out, pull a new plan out. Hands drawn, bust off, watch his light pan
You
out.
can see with your own eyes that this boy grind like these niggas should. Moving from hood to hood. My work like loud, I ain't gotta tell you that it's good. You know it, and I ain't gotta talk, I show it. Work ethic speak for itself, you better know it. I don't brag, I don't boast, I don't show off, nigga. I don't need to. I don't talk, I don't yap, I don't blab to these niggas. I don't need to.
My work ethic got me connected with niggas doing it, yeah, the well respected. Working on them vids, color corrected, and I'm sick with the flow like a nigga septic.